Yo, what's up, fam? I'm out here on my daily routine as always, on the way back to the crib from my job, but I mean, I'm going to make this very short. I got a horrible toothache, so I ain't going to be on here too long. But basically what I wanted to talk about is the importance of course, I'm always talking about dream chasing, but the importance of you finding someone to identify or to look up to or to follow that has actually gone through or is trying to accomplish the same type of thing that you're trying to do. So for example, like any type of tips I give y'all is based upon what I do for myself or what I've accidentally stumbled upon, because a lot of shit I just got into it, and then now in retrospect I can look back and say, damn, that shit really fucking helped, and then I can give it to y'all. So for example, me as a rapper, an independent rapper who's trying to break out and not necessarily get signed, but learn how to make my own fucking money and make my own career and be financially independent without having to work a 9-to-5 job, but just solely making money off of my music and my other talents like writing, blogging, whatever it is. So those were my goals, but specifically towards the music goal, the first thing, or one of the first things I started doing once I started taking this thing seriously, was looking at people that did it the way I'm trying to do it. Now, when I say do this, I didn't necessarily look at them for, I guess to a certain extent at first, I looked at them for tips and maybe like different steps I could follow. But because of my game that I'm playing as far as this music industry and how much it's changed over the last decade to 2 decades, especially for hip-hop, because hip-hop's only 20 years old, so the game of hip-hop and how the industry and how you have to work in it has changed so much. So I was able to pick up some tips that were useful, but the biggest things that I got from following people like Dame Dash, Jay-Z, fucking Steve Stout, Leor Cohen, I mean, this is just to name a few names. Many more people, Jermaine Dupri, like anyone who was self-made and made it on their own or made it from an indie situation, Puff Daddy. I studied these people to basically let me know, like, if they can do it, I can also do it. Now, here's the catch-22 to all this shit. Like, when you see people after they've made it, their backstory gets so condensed down into, like, such a minimal story. So, just because of Hollywood purposes and getting a clear story across. So it's just quicker to tell you, I started here, then bang, I got signed, and bang this. But they're not telling you about, like when Beyonce discusses her backstory, we've known her for so long. And if you're a true Beyonce fan, and if you grew up with her, like how anyone my age has, then we kind of know her backstory just from being around it for so fucking long. But for like someone who's maybe 18, 16 years old, they don't know the backstory of Beyonce. They may not even know the Destiny's Child with her, Kelly, and Michelle. They might not even be able to go that far back, because the farther your story is, the less relevant it is for the media to put out there. So I'm almost guaranteed and willing to bet that the 15 to 17 year olds right now know Beyonce as who she is right now. Now, just 1 second, I'm gonna get past this wild shit that I was gonna walk past. Now, while I'm saying all this shit, and why it's important, is because if you don't know that Beyonce's been doing this since she was 12 years old, and she started off with the original group Girl Talk with 4 other members, including Kelly Rowland, and from there they were signed, and they got dropped from the label. Then their dad opened up and started a label. Then it took years and years and years for them to get their first single with Wyclef Jean when they met him. And then from there, like, there's just so many levels to it. So basically what I'm saying to you is, at the end of the day, you want to make sure whatever your goal is, you want to pick out the people that have actually achieved your goal and delve super deep into their backstory. See where they came from. A lot of these motherfuckers, the story's cleaner once they make it, because they have publicists, PR people, so it's their job to curate a pretty story to tell. But if you really go and look into their back interviews, if they wrote a book, read that shit, yo, and I'm guarantee a lot of people started right where we're starting, from the very fucking bottom. So one thing that this has done And I research everyone from anyone that's a self-made person. I love to research them. So anyone that's an entrepreneur. So anyone from the rappers and the artists that I talked about, all the way down to all the way up to, I should say, a guy like Gary Vaynerchuk or fucking Damon Johns, who runs Fubu. He started Fubu. I think he said he started Fubu with $50, a t-shirt company. So these are the types of stories and the people I look up to. So I want to go back and get their backstory and see, where the fuck did you start at, bro? Okay, Fubu guy. Okay, Damon Johns, you started with $50. If you could do it, I can do it. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really special about these individuals outside of they saw their vision and they knew where they wanted to go and they were willing to put in that much work to get there, no matter what people said. If people said this will never work, or this is a stupid idea, this is impossible. So that's the one common goal I found throughout everyone: perseverance and just really believing in yourself. So that's the quick tip for the day. Like, no matter what your goal is, most of the time I'm talking to indie rappers and producers. So no matter what your goal is or where you're trying to be, find people that have already gotten there and then see what they did, see where they started off at. Because you're probably under the assumption or under the misconception that they started at a higher level than what you started at. So really go deep into the backstory and see where they really started at. And I guarantee you, if you follow or study at least 10 people, you'll start to get a clear idea of what's actually possible and what you can make happen on your own, just the same as a lot of people that you admire in life. So, I mean, quick tip, that's it. I'm about to go get me some medicine and go lay it down, and I'll get at y'all later. Alright, peace.